This thing has turned into a total show.
The old goat censor.
The old goat censor.
God.
Bleating us out.
They just bleat you right out.
You can't say anything more.
No, they bleat you out.
In the old days, you could say mother anytime you wanted.
Not now.
Welcome
The dumbest thing ever.
to another episode, 3 Minute Critics. Maybe the dumbest thing ever. I'm Eric.
I'm Tony.
Nick, he got that out.
Today, on 3 Minute Critics, we were reviewing a film.
It's a film. Imagine that.
Yeah.
A film.
It's from Netflix.
Netflix.
We're going to do a Netflix film, rated R, and it's called The White Tiger.
White Tiger.
And it's starring Adarsh Gourav. I forgive my pronunciation. I have
You're doing
no idea.
all right so far. Keep going.
Rajkummar Rao.
Yes.
Priyanka Chopra-Jonas.
That's
that
right.
one's a little
That's a
easier.
little
Because
easier.
it ends in a Jonas.
Yeah, it
If
does.
you know what I'm saying. Directed by Ramin.
Ramin Bahrani.
Ramin
Yes.
Bahrani. That one flows.
Yes,
What's
it
this
does.
about, Eric?
I'm going to tell you, dig in a little bit here, because there's a lot happening in this film. So, Bahram Hawai, played by Adarsh Gourav, again, forgive our pronunciation, he narrates his epic and darkly humorous rise from poor villager to successful entrepreneur in modern India. So our ambitious young hero jockeys his way into becoming a driver for a high society couple played by Rajkummar Rao and Priyanka Chopra-Jonas.
Listen to this. It's just rolling.
I
They're
did,
rolling.
except I got the, I was rolling. Now I'm going to get back into it.
Go ahead.
Bahram he sees being a servant as his only way out of his destiny of poverty. So he makes himself indispensable to his rich masters. But after a night of betrayal, he realizes the lengths his masters will go to sacrifice him and save themselves. And this is based on the New York Times bestseller and the 2008 Man Booker Prize winning novel. There's a lot to digest here. There's a lot to talk about. I don't know how we're going to get in 3 minutes, but we're going to try. Tony.
Go.
White Tiger.
It's sort of the anti-Slumdog Millionaire.
It is. Big time.
It's very interesting. I like the way the characters develop. I really like the way the story develops. I like the stylistic techniques that are being used in the filmmaking by Ramin. And you get to, I think, a point in this film where you really get invested. I got invested quickly in this film and was really being dragged along by the story. I really enjoyed the main character and the way they told the story. Then it does begin to drag a little bit, right around center-ish to climax of the film, but still really enjoyed it, followed it all the way through, and I think it's really worth a watch. It's just for the storytelling. It's a really interesting story and really well told for the most part.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and completely agree with you.
Okay.
And even maybe more so. I really, really enjoyed this film. I thought there are some, first of all, spectacular performances across the board.
Really excellent performances.
But Adarsh Gourav as Bahram, the lead character.
Yes.
Props to, I mean, this kid is fantastic.
He's great. He tells the story beautifully.
I'll agree. From the very get-go of this film, it does bring you in. His narration, the story of, I mean, this is a story of a class system in India.
Story of class system
and
in
how
India.
it's very, I mean, you know, the
shocking that
the rich are very rich, the poor are very poor.
Still, I think we're very sheltered in the way we think about
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And how hard it is, or nearly impossible, to get from being impoverished to being a a success.
And not only hard, but the way that difficulty stems from an internal sense of institutionalization.
Yeah. So his character feels like, I'm born to be a servant, and that you'll see as you watch this film has that story sort of develops that's ingrained in him, but there's something inside him fighting, saying, I need more out of my life.
As you mentioned in the intro that you read, that he's very ambitious.
Quite so.
He feels like he can get out and is trying, and is really willing to do whatever it takes to get out, which starts by him being a servant, because he knows that's the only way to get close. A very loyal servant.
Yeah. Because he's had that ingrained in his family, and there's a lot going on in this film, and I think from beginning to end, this is really just super strong acting, super strong cinematography.
It's very good cinematography, and stylistically really interesting too. The stuff when they
a deep story,
when they break the fourth wall a little bit, when you have when you have him imagining characters saying things they're not actually saying. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they did a little more of that stuff, but it was all very well done. I like the supporting cast as well. I like the way the supporting characters are developed as well. Like I said, the only thing for me that falls short is it drags a little bit in the center of the film towards the climax.
I felt like
I knew it was coming and I wanted to get there instead of it developing in that section.
And the character development, I would completely agree with you. They just arc in a beautiful way. And speaking of arcing, I cannot believe that was 3 minutes.
Yeah, we have a lot
There's
to say
so
about
much. Well, that's all they have time for there.
But we have time to rate this film on a 5-star scale.
Excellent.
Really, we have as much time as we want.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
we could make these videos 3 hours.
We could. Would you watch it?
It doesn't matter.
That's right.
We make the videos.
Maybe we'll hang on for another 3 hours, or at least another couple of minutes.
Eric, rate this film on the 5-star scale.
I would love to. This is a very engaging film. It's very deep. It's got a brilliant story, and it's done in a brilliant way. Great directing, brilliant acting. A different storyline than you'd be used to.
And it is. It is different.
And there's some happy moments, there's some tough moments, and it's just this struggle that the poor aren't happy being poor, obviously, and even the rich aren't necessarily happy being rich. There's a lot to unpack here. I suggest you unpack this. I give this 4 stars. This is really strong for me.
Deserved.
I loved it. Yeah, very much so.
Deserved.
Tony.
I thought it was also very interesting. Like I said, for me, the only issue that I really have was the pacing.
The pacing.
Not throughout the whole film.
Okay.
Just a section right there in the middle.
It moves very quickly at the beginning.
It does, and it's such a good, like you said, it's such a good story, and it's so unusual, and it's so well told and so well performed that even when the pacing slows down, you're still hanging in there
invested.
with it,
You're
and you're not having a problem staying with this film. And for that, I also gave this film 4 stars.
That's 8 stars.
I really, 8 out of 20.
That's all 8. That's a lot of stars. No, his math is never. I'll get his abacus later.
Listen.
You know what? If you,
I had nuns teaching me that didn't know what the hell they were doing.
If you send
you
in,
can't blame me for my education.
$2.99 and a few box tops from your favorite cereal, we'll get Tony an abacus, and he'll get that up.
It's 10. I knew it.
Hey, you know what? Let's cut our losses right
8
here.
out of 10.
You'll have to check this out for yourselves. It's we think it's fantastic. See what you think. But that's it for this episode.
That is.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Share your comments.
Share it.
Like a video.
Like it.
Subscribe
it.
Hit that bell.
Hit it.
Until next time, we are
the 3
Minute
Critics.
Cheer. How would you clean up what would you use to clean up a crime scene?
A Lysol wipe. You would
Lysol
take one
wipe. What if there's like several dead?